Henry here, checking in. This would be workouts three, or workout two, and workout three from week one of my Sheiko routine. You can see here I'm doing some deadlifts, getting warmed up, and really liking the routine so far. It's a pretty high volume, high frequency, but I mean the loads, the heaviest you go is around 85%. Now you might do, 6 sets of three with that or something like that. But I'm really liking it. Yeah, it really just being under the bar so much and hitting these sets, and I mean you're sore because of the frequency, but dominating that weight is really it really builds a lot of confidence. And you can see here I'm doing some pause at the knee deadlifts. You start and then you pause at the knee and finish and lock out with the glutes. This is my first time trying these, so it was a little weird, but making my progressions. And let's see here. Have y'all bear with me. This is my first time doing a voiceover. Let's see how it works. But I appreciate any form checks or anything like that. Anything you guys see that I could maybe change. I'm gonna email this video to my coach and see what he says. But overall, I feel like deadlifts is a pretty good lift for me. Like I said, it's my first time doing these pause at the knee deadlifts, so I figure, a couple more times and we'll get the hang of it. But going into this workout, it was kind of tough because working shift work and working overtime, a lot of times you get put in weird situations. And what ended up happening on this day is I worked a graveyard shift, and then stayed over 4 hours on days. So I got to work at 9:30 p.m. and I didn't leave till 9:30 a.m., which is kind of weird. But and you can either take a little nap and then go about your day. But I really wanted to dominate this workout, so I got a good amount of sleep. So I felt good, but I started to fade towards the end of it. But and it just kind of messed up. When you do that, it kind of messes up your next couple of days. But it was really important for me to get a good workout, and I really enjoyed it. And my glutes after this workout were unreal. They were sore, and I think that's a lot from these pause deadlifts and the rack pulls you'll see later. All right, and beta incline presser checking in. My incline press is terrible. I got just a couple clips in here. Like I said, this isn't the whole workout. Sheiko takes a long time. There's a lot of sets, but these are just some of the highlights. And if you guys, especially if you have any tips on these incline presses, I'd really appreciate it. I've never been great at them. Looking at this video, I feel like maybe I've got my hands out too wide, or I don't know. I've just never been a very strong presser, but it's something I'm working on. And I feel like I'm definitely getting stronger, because this seems like talking to a friend of mine the other day. This is the first time in a long time I've actually gotten to train in a calorie deficit. Because if you don't know, I used to weigh around 300 pounds, and I've been cutting and cutting and cutting all that weight, and this is really the first time I'm looking forward to an extended period of time of building muscle and improving my lifts. See here, I did a couple sets of weighted dips with, I think it was a 35 or 45 pound plate, sets of 5. I just recorded one set. And moving into the rack pulls, or deadlifts from a box, and we didn't have any. We have like some of those aerobic boxes at my gym, but they're kind of flimsy, and by this point, I was kind of tired, and I figured this would work, and it's below my knee, which is what my coach Paul from Pro Physique said. Looking back on these clips here, I feel like maybe I've got a little too much lower back rounding, but I think that may just be not used to pulling from the pins and stuff like that. But anyway, I worked up to, on this, 4 sets of 3 at 415. And tell you what, 415 isn't a very, very heavy weight for me on deadlifts. But I guess it's just the position and everything. And from the other deadlifts I did before this, my grip was getting fried by the last set. I did all these without straps. I may talk to my coach Paul and see about maybe on rack pulls if I should wear straps or not. I felt like, I'm not going to be able to wear them in the meet, so I don't want to wear them at all during my training. But, I've never really had a grip strength problem, but oh well. And alright, and that was kind of the end of that workout. I did a little accessory work at the end of it. And now we're moving on into workout 3, which was a bench press and squat day. Bench press, not a very strong lift. But on this program, I've been feeling pretty good. I've been working on my form a lot. And on this day especially, despite it being the polar vortex, which, so it got down to like 30 degrees here in South Texas, and there was a little bit of frost. But despite all that, I had a pretty good workout, and the bench felt good. I'm still working on my form, really getting that nice good tuck, and pausing at the bottom. Towards the last couple sets on these, I really was able to feel it in my back, which is something I've been working on, and lowering the weight with your back. But that might have been because the day before I had a back workout, my accessory back workout, and felt my back was a little sore, but I don't know, maybe that I could just feel it more. But anyway, it was a good day. I think my heavy sets, I did like 2 sets of 2 at 195, and I worked up to that weight, and then you work back down. And I did some flies as well. And this was also a squat day. You're going to see those here in a little bit. Again, the bench presses felt good. And again, any tips you have, especially on the bench press, I really appreciate it. Like I said, pressing's never been a strength of mine, but I'm getting stronger and looking forward to dominating it at a meet here in a couple months. Moving on to squats. Going into this day, I was pretty sore, and I saw the 5 sets of 3, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be rough. But working up to the heavyweight, started to feel a little bit better, get a little bit better, and then by the time I got to that 5 sets of 3, I was pretty confident, and I felt like it moved pretty good. My form, I still feel I need some work. I think maybe I need to try to stand more upright at the beginning, and maybe I'm bending at the waist a little too much. I feel like my depth is pretty good. I think I'm going past, my hip joint is passing my knee, which I believe is what most federations. I do feel like on a couple of these reps I was bouncing towards the bottom, but that's just me getting a little tired. But yeah, these sets went pretty good. I did mess up on the first couple ones. I believe I was supposed to do 2 sets of 3 at 285, but I did 2 sets of 3 at 295 on accident. So I was a little, I wouldn't have caught it if I didn't have the camera. So I was a little more fatigued than maybe I should have been going to these last sets, but it was still good. Couple grinders. And like I said, the form's not perfect. Again, I'm still having a little ankle mobility issues. I can see my ankles moving a little bit of butt wink. And other than that, Sheiko's been going great. Appreciate any comments. If you like the video, share it, like it, subscribe. Alright guys, I believe this was my last set, and I roughed it out. I hope this voiceover works out alright, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, at work every day, and we're in this together, guys. I'm out.